Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Shane.
And I am Karen. Today we are still looking at taking a taxi. And this is part C, asking for changes. Okay, so I'm guessing since it's taking a taxi, maybe you're asking the taxi driver to change something in the car?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Like I know when I've ridden in taxis before, for example, I might think the driver is driving too slow or maybe driving too fast. So I might say, can you slow down a little bit? Or maybe I will say, oh, can you hurry up a little bit? Other times I might think the air conditioning is too hot or it's too cold. And I might want him to turn it up or turn it down. So yeah, you know, sometimes when you're in the taxi, you need to, ask them to change something.
Exactly. You need to communicate with the taxi drivers. And sometimes I think most of them are really nice, right?
Yeah. Do you like talkative taxi drivers who like to talk a lot, or do you rather they just stay quiet and take you to the place you want to go?
Well, I have to say I like friendly taxi drivers, but I also like to be quiet too when I'm riding the taxi because I've been maybe working all day, talking all day, so I kind of want to rest on the taxi. That's right.
I understand. Okay, so let's take a look at taking a taxi. And this is part C, asking for changes.
Kirk isn't feeling comfortable in a taxi.
Excuse me? Could you turn down the music?
I'm sorry, I didn't think I had it that loud.
It's not that loud. I have a horrible headache, and I find it a bit noisy.
So we're looking at part C of taking a taxi. And it's called asking for changes. Now we have this character named Kirk. Kirk isn't feeling comfortable in a taxi.
Okay, so let's find out why he's not feeling comfortable.
All right, so I guess you will be Kirk and I will be the driver.
Okay, so Kirk says, excuse me, could you turn down the music?
Okay.
I've had that problem before too, where maybe the taxi driver is listening to either music or the news, and it might be quite loud.
Exactly.
And maybe I have to use the phone or something. Yeah, so what does it mean to turn down?
When you're talking about maybe listening to music or watching TV, you're actually talking about turning down the volume. Maybe it's too loud. So you could say, the TV is too loud. Can you turn it down?
Okay, turn down the TV, turn down the radio, turn down the music. And the opposite would be turn up.
That's right.
Okay. So what does the driver say?
The driver says, I'm sorry, I didn't think I had it that loud. Okay, so the driver is actually quite polite because she apologized.
She's going to say, what? Get out of my taxi.
Because I have met some angry taxi drivers too. You have to be polite and you gotta be careful of how you say things.
To be honest, I prefer Uber.
Okay, so this driver is nice though. So, I'm sorry, I didn't think I had it that loud. Now, what does Kirk say now?
All right, so Kirk says, it's not that loud. I have a horrible headache. And I find it a bit noisy.
Okay.
So it's not really the taxi driver's fault. It's just, unfortunately, Kirk is uncomfortable. He has a headache. And of course, when you have a headache, noises can really make it worse, right? So he says he has a horrible headache, right? So horrible could just mean really bad, or it could also mean causing a feeling of fear, right? So for example, you could say Susan was in a horrible car accident.
That sounds pretty scary.
Could be a really bad car accident or one that was made you very scared.
Okay, but good thing we're not talking about horrible car accidents now.
Hopefully the taxi does not get in a car accident.
But Kirk is having a horrible headache. Okay, so if you have a headache, you have a pain in your head. So for example, you can say, I have had a terrible headache for the last 2 days.
Yeah, another word for pain is ache.
That's right.
Right? So you could say, I have an ache in my wrist.
Or
right?
a toothache.
Or a toothache. So it's another word for pain. So it's kind of like head pain, headache, right?
Exactly.
But we also have a vocabulary word noisy, which is an adjective. So he feels the music is just a little bit noisy. And so if something is noisy, the noun of that is noise, right? So to be noisy means to be making a lot of noise. So for example, the dog next door is very noisy.
And if you describe something as noisy or this noise is something that you don't like, it's usually unpleasant, something you do not enjoy.
Yeah, like a negative thing, right? It's not positive.
That's right.
Right? So you have a sound, and a sound could be good or bad. If we call this sound a noise, it makes you feel like it's not something you want to hear.
That's right. But I think right now in our dialogue, Kirk really knows how to talk to the taxi driver. You know, it's not you. It's not too loud. It's because I have a horrible headache. So I don't think the taxi driver is going to be angry or upset, right?
Right. It seems like everything is okay so far.
So she's probably going to turn down the music.
We'll see after the break.
All right.
Sorry to hear that. Why don't I just turn the music off?
Thanks. That's very nice of you. Could you do me another favor?
What do you need?
Could you turn up the air conditioner temperature? The cold air is making my headache worse.
I'll take care of that right away.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful break. So before the break, we have Kirk. And Kirk has a headache. And because of his headache, he asked the driver of the taxi to please turn the music down because it was bothering him and he felt it was noisy. The driver didn't realize it was very noisy, so it wasn't really her fault. It's because Kirk had a headache.
That's right. Okay.
Right. So now what does the driver say?
So now the driver says, sorry to hear that. Why don't I just turn the music off? Wow, she's actually very, very nice. Now,
Considerate.
that's right. This is good customer service.
That's right. So Kirk says, thanks. That's very nice of you. Could you do me another favor?
Okay. So favor, that is a noun. If you do someone a favor, you do something for them, even though maybe you don't have to. So basically, you're helping them with something. For example, you can say, I've come to ask you to do me a favor.
Sure. What would you like me to do for you?
Let me think about it first.
I can think of a favor right now.
Okay.
Can I have 500 NT?
I don't have 500 NT.
1,000 NT?
No. Okay, so the driver says, what do you need?
Okay. So then Kirk responds, could you turn up the air conditioner temperature? The cold air is making my headache worse.
Because sometimes when you have the headache, and then if there's cold air, you would feel even worse,
That's
right?
It'll make your headache even worse, and then your head is just going to be throbbing. You can say that when a pain in your head, like a headache, sometimes it's like with your heartbeat, you can feel the blood kind of going in and out of the injured area. We call that throbbing. So you can say, I have a throbbing headache. And oftentimes, cold air does do that. So we have an air conditioner. So what is an air conditioner? An air conditioner is a machine that helps to adjust the temperature in a room, in a car, and it's used to make it colder, right? So, for example, you could say, hey, it's a little warm in this room. Can you turn on the air conditioner?
Exactly. And then oftentimes we do need to turn on the air conditioner in the summertime, especially in Taiwan.
Oh, I have to turn it on all the time. It's not very 环保, but it's bad for the environment, but
it gets really hot.
It's really hot. And I'm also on Dinglo. I'm on the top floor. So it's extra hot up there. Okay.
So back to the dialogue, though. Now the driver says, I'll take care of that right away. Wow, I have to say that all the requests that Kirk had been making, like turning down the music or, turning up the air conditioner, everything, he's facing all of these requests with such great attitude.
Yeah. She said, I'll take care of something. It just means I will do something. But it also has the feeling that you're doing something for somebody. So, for example, if you say, hey, Shane, I have some extra work that I'm not going to be able to finish, instead of saying, can you do some of it for me? You could say, can you help take care of some of that for me? So it's another way of just saying to do.
Exactly.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have for taxis. Hopefully you learned a lot of taxi English.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Kirk isn't feeling comfortable in a taxi.
Excuse me? Could you turn down the music?
I'm sorry, I didn't think I had it that loud.
It's not that loud. I have a horrible headache, and I find it a bit noisy.
Sorry to hear that. Why don't I just turn the music off?
Thanks. That's very nice of you. Could you do me another favor?
What do you need?
Could you turn up the air conditioner temperature? The cold air is making my headache worse.
I'll take care of that right away.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 horrible 形容词，严重的。The typhoon caused horrible damage to the city. 台风对这座城市造成了严重破坏。下一个单字 headache 名词，头痛。I had a headache after a long day of work. 工作了一整天后，我感到头痛。下一个单字 noisy, noisy 形容词，吵杂的。The children were being noisy on the playground. 孩子们在操场上非常吵闹。最后一个单字 air conditioner, air conditioner 空调冷气。I turned on the air conditioner because it was too hot. 我开了空调，因为太热了。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 turn down 调低音量、温度等等，用于需要切换开关或按下按钮的物品。相对的说法是 turn up 调高音量、温度等等。课文中呢也有提到 turn off 指的是关掉，那它的相对说法呢就是 turn on 打开。我们来看看这两个例句。Please turn down the music. It's too loud. 请把音乐关小声一点，太大声了。Don't forget to turn off the lights before you leave. 离开前别忘了关灯。下一个文法 a bit 稍微有点，这是一个副词片语。我们来看看这个例句。I'm feeling a bit tired today. 我今天觉得有点累。最后一个文法 A does B a favor. A 帮 B 的忙。Favor 是名词，意思是帮忙、善举。我们来看看这个例句。Can you do me a favor and pass the salt? 你能帮我个忙，把盐递过来吗？以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
When visiting the Sanyi Wood Sculpture Museum, it's also a good idea to take a stroll along the nearby April Snow Trail. It's a beautiful trail that offers many unforgettable views. Let's see what the April Snow Trail has to offer. The April Snow Trail, or Mount Ciji Tong Tree Trail, is behind Sanyi Wood Sculpture Museum. The April Snow Trail is famous for its tong tree blossoms. At the top of the mountain is Ciji Tea Farm, which is quite large. You can have a wonderful experience by standing at the top of the mountain and looking at the scene. The best time to visit the April Snow Trail is in April or May, when about 80% of the tong trees have blossomed. The trail is an easy walk and only takes about half an hour. Visitors can enjoy the tong tree blossoms and take beautiful pictures without getting tired. Shuimei Street is next to the April Snow Trail, and you can find many traditional wood sculpture shops. The nearby Sanyi Art Village has many wood sculpture pieces as well. Sanyi Art Village is great for families, couples, and friends. Make sure to mark your calendars for a visit to the April Snow Trail in the springtime. I know I will. Hopefully, I'll see you there.